Hey everybody, what's up, and welcome to the first episode of Dead Reflections podcast. We are your host. I am your boy Josh, aka Drifter Voyages, and we also got...
What is good? I'm Colby.
Don't do that.
Caleb, aka Cake.
I'm Kyle.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I got way too hyped for this.
Super happy to be here. We're all hyped for this.
Howdy.
Hi everyone. For those of you who are just listening, we are also live streaming this right now on Twitch, on my Twitch actually, twitch.tv/driftervoyages, and I am extremely nervous and excited all at the same time.
I can hear it in your voice.
Yeah, this is
just some dudes hanging out,
yeah,
being
we
bros.
We have no back.
We don't have
being
pants
guys,
on.
Just some guys
right?
being dudes.
I haven't had pants on.
I haven't either.
Getting spooky.
Are you wearing pants?
He's not wearing pants.
He's not wearing pants.
We don't have back support.
Yeah, we don't have that either.
I do.
Yeah, we hopefully we can,
Oh my god, I
invest
see
in
my
some
howdy
chairs.
emote. No.
yeah.
Oh no.
And just so y'all saw before the intro, yes, we are streaming. It's going to be very hard for us to keep up with y'all in the chat because we're recording a podcast. Oh, you need a lighter?
Yeah, I need a lighter.
God damn it.
You keep talking. I'll be right
Tragic.
back.
Tragic.
What are you doing?
He's gonna light our little inaugural candle that we have in the middle of the table that you can't see.
Yeah, so
Oh, shit.
every episode we're going to add a candle to the table.
God damn it.
And so,
My guy, you moved it.
Oh shit.
Oh,
Here we go.
oh, great heavens.
See, it's
So we good.
My leg.
The back wall looks so good. Thank you so much. Eventually, there's gonna be a little globe up there with a skeleton head in it, from what I hear. She might be sending one in. I don't know
oh,
if
is
you saw
Better
that.
sending it?
Mhm.
Nice.
So that'll be sick.
Oh, man.
Are you serious?
We'll light it at the end of,
We'll light
end
it
of
at
the
the
pod.
end to so all the spirits are attracted to the light, to the candle. So,
Well,
yeah,
so
I'm super
let's-
excited.
I guess let's just go over the basis
Yeah.
for what we have planned for this. So every episode, we're going to start it off with a short story from me and Kyle. We're going to kind of rotate each week, pretty much. This week, I'm gonna do one first, and then next week, Kyle will do one first. And then the meatier portions of the stories are going to be Josh and Caleb.
Meteor.
And so, and then after all of that, we're gonna have Q&A with chat. What else?
Just anything you want to add, if there's something that you see from the story that you want to.
Yeah, so this is the very first
Talk
episode.
about.
So
Oh, let's fix that.
okay, what happened? This is the very first episode, so we are also learning as we are going. And
What are you doing?
eventually, we'll get it super figured out. It looks like one of our cameras went out, so that's funny.
Of course, it always. There we go.
There it is.
We
Hi,
can see
it's
Josh's
me.
beautiful face.
Yeah, I'm also very tired, but I'm so excited. This is going to be great. So, yeah. Oh, also, please, just so you guys know, every Monday is going to be the live stream, and then the Friday of that week will be when the episodes are released on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and this video will be uploaded to YouTube as well. You can just search Dead Reflections Podcast and find us on all of those things.
Why is your headset beeping?
So please be sure to, follow, subscribe, comment. If you've got stories that you want to add on and you don't want to do it here on Twitch, or if you're watching and you're not able to watch Twitch, comment, like, review, all those things. And yeah, we'll greatly appreciate it because it helps us be able to get the word out and have this podcast grow. But yeah. So with that, do you want to go ahead and start?
Yeah. So, my short story today is, let's see, make sure I got everything ready here. So, my short story is called Pitch Black.
Oh,
my god.
And it's probably one of my, worst fears. Like, me and Caleb were talking, just subjects that terrify us the most, and we were, choose stories from that.
I like that.
And one of my worst fears is encountering some shit on the road, like driving and something happening, either see
Like a creature run out
a
in front of
lady on the
you.
road
Yeah.
or a creature run out, or this story fucked me up to
Good.
say the least. So here we go.
All right.
So, it is time now
All right.
for Pitch Black. In the later part of the summer, I found myself driving home alone from a party. It was almost midnight, and needless to say, it was pitch black. As was usual at night, I was on edge. I had the radio off and could hear nothing but the muffled roar of tires on pavement and the dull hum of the engine. I stole a glance into the middle rearview mirror and saw nothing but darkness through the black back window. I know that I looked backward and saw nothing, I'm sure of it. Just the seemingly endless blackness of night. Pitch black. I remember it so clearly because not 10 seconds later, a car passed me to the left. Headlights on. I had one of those sudden adrenaline rushes, like when you think you see a person outside your bedroom window, when it's just a tree, or when you start awake at night and feel the feeling of falling.
Hate that feeling.
10 seconds later, nothing had been behind me. Or excuse me, 10 seconds earlier, nothing had been behind me. Suddenly, a car on the left. I drove the rest of the way home shivering and knowing something was off. The next morning, I found 2 sets of scratches near the back of my van. One was on the left rear, one was on the right. The car was pretty old. They could have been there for months, but that was the first time that I distinctly remember seeing them. In hindsight, there are 2 possibilities for what happened that night. Possibility 1, by some glitch in reality or something paranormal, this other car had somehow appeared behind me within 10 seconds of me checking my mirror, like some weird ghost crap or something. However, the second option is what makes my blood run cold whenever I consider it. It didn't even occur to me until months after the fact, but it makes me dread driving alone at night even more. Possibility 2. The car was normal. It had approached me from the rear and passed me to my left. However, something large and wide, as black as night, had been clinging to the rear of my car, obscuring the view through the window and leaving deep scratches on the sides. And I had driven it home with me.
Yeah. That's fucking
Dude,
terrible.
that's fucked.
Yeah,
Where did you find that?
that's also creepypasta.
Creepypasta,
All of
dude.
my, pretty much all of my stuff is going to be from
Oh yeah,
creepypasta.
for sure.
So-
That.
Me too.
So essentially, what they were saying was, is they were looking in the review, it looked pitch black, but the reason why was because what that thing was blocking their view, and then when it decided to move,
Yeah.
they finally saw the car.
Yeah.
Dude,
So we drive
Yeah.
a lot alone after shows.
We
and
do.
I'm gonna think about that every single time.
we
now.
have to go to.
Well, I usually
North
have our
Texas
dog with me, so.
That's true.
in like a few weeks,
by
and that's
myself.
we're leaving at night. Who's driving? Because I'm not. Because fuck that.
I can drive.
No.
All right, well,
don't
what are we
think we're
talking? No? Are you? Excuse me. I'm certified.
You're
Certified in what?
I do state inspections.
That's
I
cool.
thought you were gonna say forklift.
That's awesome.
But you are forklift.
Dude, that was really good. That
Yeah.
I already got chills.
That was a good
and
story.
we literally just started.
Yeah, no. When I read that for the first time, I can see that happening to me. Like,
Yeah, I could picture the whole scenario. Like literally, we're gonna leave Caleb's house and quite literally like die.
By the
You're
way,
gonna think about it.
Literally.
by the way, do y'all
Oh.
want to know
Is
what
this
happened?
is this the moment? Oh, hold on. Before we get to that, is there any chat interjections about that story? What do I say? Oh, Vex. Is there anybody's biggest fears? Clowns. Clowns don't get me that bad.
That's
Heights.
lame. That's lame.
Heights for sure.
I don't know. I do know some people
Being abandoned.
really don't like clowns though. Personally,
Yeah.
not for me. Heights
I
I
guess
get,
a
but
better question would be like, what lingers with you, like
Yeah,
when
so,
you
okay.
hear like stories of things.
yeah, personally for me, it's like mirrors and doppelgangers. Those are like my two things that I don't like.
No.
I don't like
Ocean
them.
water.
Heavens no.
Yeah.
See, deep in
I don't want to
open.
tell y'all mine because then y'all are gonna use
That's
it
the
against
thing. We
Stop
need to
being a
know so we
bitch.
can explode it.
dolls.
Dolls. Well, we already knew that.
Really?
Fuck dolls.
One. We gotta. It's gonna be a good one.
Okay, so
Mirror Alvin stories incoming. Oh god, inside joke.
So Saturday we were testing out the podcast, and we
Skinwalkers.
streamed it, and Josh and Kyle both had left. I came back in to gather my things and go home. Caleb came in right behind me.
Man. No, don't.
And we come in, get our stuff. I go to open the door to go out. The door, not the deadbolt, but the doorknob is locked, and neither one of us locked it.
Oh shit.
So either something had, either we touched it with our hand and it just locked.
Somehow, like, yeah.
And then we closed it and didn't realize, or something wants us to stay in here.
Oh fuck! Why does it got to be in here and not out?
That's the thing. Is
You know
it
what?
didn't lock until we
You
got
know
back
what?
in.
You know what?
Yeah, no, it was.
I have to lock the
completely
door
open.
every time I go in and out, and it was probably me. That's what I'm gonna tell myself because I'm
Okay.
fucking sitting in here right now.
So immediately after when this happened, I was like, I'm just gonna forget it. I'm not gonna think about it anymore. So
didn't
that's
happen.
I ran, not ran, but I walked pretty fast
out
to
there.
my truck.
Yeah, a
as soon
brisk
as I
walk.
got in my truck, I checked my back seat, got in, locked the door.
Hey, was it one of those walks like somebody opened the door like 20 yards before?
Yeah,
you were-
pretty much.
Yeah, gotta had a fucking
Yeah.
a little sprint walk.
yeah, the little like you got to shimmy.
Vex. We need to get you to send over some dolls next time.
Fuck that!
So
that means they got to be
They have a
in
couple
my
good-
car.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's
That's
not gonna
fine.
happen.
They have
I
a couple
won't-
good
What's wrong
seats
with
up
you?
there.
What's wrong with you?
What's wrong
Dolls?
with me?
What's-
Because it's basically the Silicon Valley concept where they don't like
That's the
they
one.
look humanoid but they're not. They're not proportioned right.
Like the
I don't
Uncanny
care.
Valley kind of thing.
Uncanny Valley, not Silicon Valley. What the fuck?
That's
Yeah, you
you're
kinda-
out here
you-
making
hey,
computer chips, my boy.
Yeah, you kind of threw me off there. I've lost interest. I don't care anymore.
Oh, okay. But yeah, no,
You're
it's
right, we were
it's
gonna make fun of
unnatural.
you.
It's
You're right.
unnatural to me, and I don't like it. I don't fucking like it. It's
Dolls?
fair.
Like, how is it unnatural?
because it's not.
You know,
Are
I'm gonna find the meanest and scariest doll story that I can possibly
Oh
find. Right?
my god. Yeah, okay, do y'all want to hear a doll story that's
Yeah,
from
yes,
me?
Yeah.
yes.
Do you want to do this
Okay.
at the
Are
end?
you gonna
want
cry?
to get the normal stories out of the way? How do we want to structure this?
I don't know.
Because would we be getting off to a side? a
We
little?
are getting off to a side.
Yeah.
We'll save it.
Okay.
And I'll tell it later.
Yeah, let's do it at
okay.
the end.
All right, Kyle.
Oh,
Did you
sure,
have
sure.
anything?
Yeah, do you have anything, Kyle?
Knew you would give a reaction. That's why I did it.
Asshole. All right. This is also a creepypasta. Look at Will Smith. You heard about that?
Yeah. We'll move on.
All right. It's called Please Stay Awake. Dark, cold, and eerie. Those are the only words I can come up with to describe the house in which I had lived with my family for the majority of my life. Mostly dark, blistering cold during the winter, and always eerie. Sometimes there would be strange noises coming from the cellar too. It had often given me the creeps though. I would never admit that to my mother. I'd figure I was too old to let some silly noises scare me. I had been trying to act like the man of the house ever since my dad left when I was 7. I had always hoped that I would never turn out like my father, whom I hated. I can't talk.
You're good.
I'm a stutterer.
You're doing good.
Stutterer. I had been trying to act like the man of the house ever since my dad left me when I was 7. I had always hoped I would never turn out like my father, whom I hated with a burning passion. As far as he goes, I suppose I'd better just leave it at that. I lived in the house with my mother, Linda, and my uncle Kevin on a vast piece of land in Steinen, Indiana. Steinen was a tiny piece of shit in the middle of nowhere. Nobody liked living there. I didn't have any friends because I was homeschooled, and I'd never even seen another kid my age in Steinen, since we almost never left the house unless my mom had to go into town to buy groceries. However, I was always very close to Uncle Kevin. When I was little, he would tell me ghost stories right before bed, which my mother hated.
It's evil.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
Stop it, Kev. You're going to give him nightmares, she would snap. Oh, I did get nightmares, indeed. And sometimes it seemed as though the nightmares refused to end. They crept into the back of my mind like a spider crafting its web. The story he told was most often was one about a monster with a contorted body and black eyes. This is unintentionally picked for you.
You know, like black-eyed children, or
No,
Or-
no, I fucking don't.
we made the connection that you're wearing the spider shirt.
oh shit.
But continue. I digress.
You digress. I gotta find where I was. God damn it.
You're good.
According to the
Spider black
legend-
eyes.
According to the legend, as Uncle Kevin called it, as Uncle Kevin called it, even though I knew he made it up himself, the monster would come into your room if you were awake past your bedtime, and hide you in your closet.
Hide you in your closet? Oh no! Oh, okay. You messed that up. I got you. Does he hide you in your closet?
yes.
That's so horrible. That's even worse.
Whoa.
That's
so
for sure
the monster
worse.
takes you
Yes.
out of bed and puts
Oh
you
my
in your
God.
fucking closet?
switch it up. No.
That is
Okay.
next level bullshit. That's what
That is.
is.
Okay.
Jesus. I already got chills. This fucking sucks. I'm terrified. I'm glad I don't work tomorrow. Sorry.
No, I didn't mix it up. I was just fucking with you.
Oh,
That would have been way worse.
Yeah. We're going to go with he take.
Oh my god.
But
Okay.
it said watching you the whole night. So you're still watching.
It's
it.
still watching. Yeah, it's still creepy.
Of course, this was just a silly tale that Kevin would tell me so I wouldn't stay up late. Even so, I can't tell you how many times that horrible creature has popped into my head over the years. On this particular night, I decided to go to bed early in an attempt to sleep off a pounding headache. I lied down on my icy bed and sank underneath the covers, hiding my face from whatever may have been lurking inside my head. After setting my glasses down on the nightstand beside my bed, I reached over and flicked the light off. The darkness made me feel alive, in a very strange way, almost as though I was memorized by the nothingness. As I look around the room, seeing almost nothing but pitch black darkness surrounding me, I felt entranced, as if something was forcing me to look. Of course, there was nothing to look at least not with the eyes. This was something you can only witness within the deepest corridors of your mind. The part of your mind that you always dread visiting and can never seem to return from. Out of nowhere, I began to hear scratches upon the window above my bed. My eyes immediately burst open, and I felt like I was unable to close them again. What the fuck was that? I asked myself. Nothing. Of course it was nothing. It couldn't have been anything, right?
That's me for sure. That's what I would do.
Right. Just my mind playing tricks on me in the dark. No big deal. But in a moment of childish curiosity, I decided to peer out the window just to make sure I was hearing nothing more than a tree branch brushing up against the glass. But then it hit me like a bag of bricks. There is no tree next to my window.
Fuck.
Still, I decided it would be better to sleep it off and think more about it in the morning. It was probably all in my head. It had to be. I found it unusually difficult to fall asleep that night, as if somebody or something was trying to keep me up. I woke up the next morning with that sound still locked in my brain. It had never been coming from somewhere, but where? Shit, I had no idea. But then I remembered. The cellar. I built up as much courage as I could muster and slowly crept down into the abyss. Jesus. I hadn't been down there in a year, maybe longer. I had almost forgotten what it looked like. Nothing but clouds of cobwebs and stacks of cardboard boxes shoved against the walls. I wrestled through a couple of boxes until I stumbled upon a picture I'd drawn when I was a child. It was a sketch of a grotesque creature. It definitely wasn't human. This thing barely even had a face, just dark, black eyes and no mouth. Its body was tall and thin. It was contorted into a shape that I have never seen before. The more I looked at the drawing, the more I was reminded of the story my uncle used to tell me. It appeared to be reigning above the creature. And toward the bottom of the paper I had scribbled, "Please stay awake," in giant letters. I didn't know what the hell that was supposed to mean, but I folded up the paper and stuffed it in my pocket. I quickly made my way up the staircase into the kitchen and went about my day as usual, keeping that drawing in my mind, trying to remember what it meant and why I drawn it in the first place. I looked outside and noticed that it had begun to rain. I didn't want to think about that creature any longer, so I walked into my dimly lit room and plopped onto my bed. I fell asleep before I even knew it. I'm losing my breath. Okay. When I awoke, it was exactly 3 a.m. The night was colder and darker than usual. The farm was soaked with rain from earlier in the evening. The moon was full and radiant. It almost didn't look real. For an instant, I glanced out of my bedroom window and I could swear I saw something walking quickly through the yard. When it spotted me, it sunk behind a tree.
I don't like that.
As if it was trying to hide from me. It looked exactly like what I had drawn when I was a child. I ran into Uncle Kevin's room and began shaking him awake. Kevin! He rubbed the room out of his eyes. What the fuck is that? Room?
Eye booger.
Eye booger? Okay, say eye booger. God damn it. Fuck. Okay. Where was I? The room? Where's the booger at? Okay. What's up, bud? It's late, he asked, bewildered at my excitement. I looked in his bloodshot eyes and softly said, I saw somebody in the yard. Kevin looked at me with hesitation. No, you probably just saw an animal. Get back to bed. I know what I saw. This was no animal. Or at least, not one I'd ever seen. Not even in my worst fucking nightmares. I knew I couldn't tell him exactly what I had seen, as he would never believe me. No, Kevin. Fuck, okay. No, Kevin. Really?
That makes it creepier.
I need help.
Yeah, why is that?
Kevin! Kevin?
Okay.
Kevin, check. All right. No, Kevin, it was not an animal. Please, it was a man. I think. Look, just please go out and check. Uncle Kevin leapt up and grabbed his shotgun from under the bed. All right, come on. Show me where he is. Let's try not to wake your mom. I'll scare the fucker off. We went outside and I pointed to the tree. I whispered to Kevin. I saw him go behind that tree. My uncle bravely walked up to the tree and peered around it. Nothing. He searched the entire farm for well over half an hour, but he'd never found anyone or anything. Let's go back in, bud. There's no one out here. Keep the doors locked at night. He was wrong. I knew there was something out there. I crawled into bed and threw the covers over my face. I could hear the blistering wind coming from outside. It pierced my ears with a whistle that I only thought dogs could detect. Suddenly, I heard a tapping sound upon my window. The sound grew louder with each tap. I tightened the blankets around my body. The slap slowly turned into knocks. Louder and faster the knocks became. The knocks turned into bangs. I thought the glass was going to break.
Jesus.
Then out of nowhere, it stopped. No more taps, no more knocks, no more bangs, no more wind. I was relieved. Suddenly, I hear a low, chilling voice in my ear. Please stay awake. It couldn't be. No, it couldn't be. I ran into the hallway, ready to make my way to my mother's room when I saw it. Whatever it was, I still don't know. It was holding Kevin's lifeless, mangled body in its arms. Carved deeply into my uncle's torso were the words, "Please stay awake."
Why, Kevin?
You unplugged my mic.
Fuck Kevin.
Fuck Kevin. I tried to let out a scream, but only silence filled the dead air. I sprinted through the door of my mother's bedroom and saw her body lying in the middle of the floor. She was covered in blood, and her left arm had been ripped straight out of its socket. Written next to her in her own blood were the words, please stay awake. I began to sob, and when I turned around, the creature was gone. I don't know where the hell it went, and I'm not sure what to do, or I'm not sure I want to. I closed my eyes as tightly as I could and let out the loudest scream I could muster. I called the police and lied down on the cold, now blood-soaked floor, waiting for them to arrive. It felt like hours. Okay, good. Finally, the police showed up to find me in the fetal position next to my mother's corpse. I told them everything I saw. I showed them my drawing. I told them the taps, the knocks, the bangs. I told them that what I seen. I told them about what I seen outside. But of course, they wouldn't hear a word of it. Why would they? All they could see was a lonely kid hovering over his dead mother. Her blood covering my clothes almost as much as it covered the floor. It's cold in this cell. It's dark and lonely. The silence is the only saving grace. Constant, peaceful silence. Tonight it's raining outside. It's colder, darker, and wetter than ever. But unfortunately, I must stop writing now. I just heard a tap on my window.
Bitch.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
He got convicted.
Yo, what?
He got convicted for the murders.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Dude, I only read like a paragraph of that before.
Oh, so is that new to you too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good story. That's a good story.
Brother.
Okay,
Brother didn't even know what happened.
I have to bring this up. Who fucking
That was a
started
good fucking story.
pulling a thin sheet up over your fucking face as a means to get rid of a monster? Why the fuck would you do that?
What else do you do?
Fight? I don't know.
You're gonna
Fight-
fight
you're
a
gonna-
monster?
Like,
First off, no.
but a thin sheet, like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. But that was, I got goosebumps like multiple times. That was a good story. Good job.
That was a good story.
Yeah. And I can't believe that he got convicted for that.
How was my reading? I fucked up a lot.
You did fine.
Okay.
I tried being dramatic.
You did well.
tried being
You did the
dramatic.
please stay away.
Like the
parts
monster,
very
cuh.
well.
That's right. That's right. It's the ultimate defense. Okay, Warlock. Who's going? Well, that was.
I can't see the spook. It can't see me either.
I mean,
That's the logic.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the logic.
I don't know. I just.
I don't
Maybe
know.
if the killing blow is unseen, you won't even feel it.
Facts though.
Like-
You like
So it's more of a defense mechanism, as in not seeing your end coming,
Maybe so.
not
Okay,
necessarily
so also,
to not see them.
would
the
you?
monster.
Is this a cryptid? What is this?
Okay, so what I pictured was a long, skinny, like, fucking shadow dude with big old bright eyes with tiny pupils and a big old smile.
I pictured Josh.
Yeah.
Oh no. So what I thought of was the exact kid's drawing, because that's what it was.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, in my mind, some kind of portal opened up, and that's what it attached to. And the exact drawing, whatever that kid drew,
like the exact
Oh,
like
it
the
is-
paper
it
it
itself.
became
Yeah.
the thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's
That's what
fuck.
happened in my mind. But I don't know what
that's
you would
I was
consider
thinking.
that.
That's what I was thinking too.
Well, I don't know what that is, though. You know.
Oh shit. So would that be a shadow person?
I don't know. I have no idea what you would consider that.
Whatever it was, I would fight it.
You'd fight it?
Yeah.
Hands on
Honestly
sight.
though,
Yeah, on
On
sight.
sight.
like I'm gonna die. You're
That
gonna
shadow
die
man better
anyways.
be
Yeah.
throwing
Yeah,
hands.
might as well not be a bitch about
He's
it.
gonna about to get it.
What the fuck? I mean, he's already dead. I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I can only join him.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
But hey, if he has the balls to come get me, I mean, I can give him a shot. You know?
Yeah, true.
Caleb,
I
are you
mean-
gonna go now?
You get,
Yeah, I don't want to go last.
You don't want to go last.
Yeah, I don't want to go
Why
last.
y'all doing this to me right now?
It's your
Fuck. All right.
Hey, so hey, what'd
I
y'all
feel
think
like y'all
about that
just trying to
story?
freak me out.
I didn't read the
I
comments
saw
yet.
Dippin said that she got chills from it or
Yeah.
goosebumps, so that's the end goal, at least
Yeah.
for me, is to at least get someone. And then for sure, I don't know, I haven't heard your story yet. Mine is by far the least frightening, in my opinion, because it's more of a classic story. It's
I'm
not
gonna
so
say
much
that
a
mine's
scary.
probably not gonna be scary, only because I did way too much research.
Yeah, don't give us a lesson.
This is
Oh,
this
it's
gonna
a
be a time
lesson.
suck.
Oh, it's a
Don't give us a fucking lesson. I want to hear a story.
It's a time.
Well, I kind of did that too.
I will fall asleep on you.
Don't do that.
Like I got some knowledge in there to help preface the story as
Okay.
well. There's a little bit of a setup.
Okay, I don't feel so dumb then. Or
I don't
should
think
I
that's
say
dumb.
smart?
I think that helps. That helps put you in a mood, in a place, in a
Yeah,
an
that's
environment,
kind of like
setting.
the idea. That's kind of the idea. But all right, well, whenever you're ready, buddy.
Is there anything else?
Are you
It
afraid
was so
to
good.
start?
Yes, I'm nervous. Okay.
No, you gotta clear your throat in the mic.
You're reading it landscape.
Yeah, because if I
There
do
you
it
go.
this
I did it
way,
for you.
it's so touching.
Actually,
So I'm gonna read it landscape.
Let me get
I
this-
didn't have time to write it
let me
down in
get
my
this
nice
done
little
real-
book.
Before you start.
That was a good one.
Crispy.
It was like opening up, those Walmart tennis balls.
Oh yeah, that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta say time now.
Time now
I do declare
for the Headless Horseman of South Texas.
the horseless headsman.
Giddy up, bitch.
The horseless headsman.
Please don't do that. I'm going to say that now. In the early 1850s, a notorious Mexican bandit named Vidal began stealing horses from a rancher Creed Taylor, a Texas Ranger. Taylor wanted to make an example of the horse thieves, got a hold and partnered with William Bigfoot Wallace, a famed Texas Ranger who despised horse thieves, wasn't about to pass up the chance for retribution. The Texas Rangers were... I got a thing from Credit Karma. I think my credit score went up. The Texas Rangers were founded by Stephen F. Austin,
Okay.
who was tired of the subpar protection by the Mexican government, who were meant to protect the newly founded colonies of the Texas Front. Known for upholding the common defense, Texas Rangers fought in military battles, patrolled the wild frontier, and arrested cattle rustlers or thieves. You're going to hear them call them rustlers a few times. But this time, these two took it a step further. After Wallace and Taylor discovered Vidal's camp, they waited until nightfall and launched a surprise raid, killing Vidal and the rest of his gang. For these two rangers, tonight, their vengeance knows no bounds. Wallace wanted to make an example of Vidal, send a clear and chilling warning to livestock rustlers that this is what happens when you continue to commit this crime. Working together, Wallace and Taylor severed Vidal's head from his body. Vidal screeches, echoes through the wild forests, sending wild mustangs running away in fright. Blood staining the dirt around the campfire where these thieves rested, their leader butchered and set to be an example. Of the few horses still left tied to their posts, Taylor selects what he sees fit to be the wildest mustang amid the ranks of the stolen horses. They tied this horse between two trees, steadying it, and slung a saddle across its back. Then the men placed Vidal's headless body in the saddle, roped and propped the corpse up with sticks to make it sit upright, lashing the bandit's hands to the saddle horn and his legs to the stirrups. Finally, they wrapped a length of rawhide through the severed head jaw of Vidal around the horse, tying it to the saddle, then put the sombrero of the Vidal, the captain, on his lifeless crown. They cut the ropes, releasing the Mustang, sending it galloping into the lands of legend and lore. Eventually, the horse with Vidal's sun-dried corpse was found near a rancher's watering hole. Upon further inspection, these ranchers found multiple bullet wounds, arrows, all kinds of scars and lashes across the horse and the body of Vidal. His body still upright. Even though it's known that both Wallace and Taylor admitted to the things they did, they said that they did kill this man and they did prop him up and send him on his way on this wild Mustang. Sightings would sporadically happen for years to come after the body of the Mustang and bandit were found. Here are a couple short, popular encounters. Nearby the Battle of Antelope Hills, 1868, 15 years or so after the events of Vidal's gruesome death, a small band of Comanche and Kiowa Native Americans, not directly involved with the battle, but rather nearby, had a campfire, not directly involved with the battle, have an encounter of the headless man upon a large black steed, running in circles around the campfire, who at first was completely silent, until the warriors started firing arrows, eventually hitting the corpse or the horse. Vidal's severed head then began emitting an ear-piercing screech, then soon ran off into the distance, not to be seen again by those Native Americans. Remember,
Oh, okay.
the second short tale is told by an unknown cowboy, accompanied by his ranch hands. This is from his perspective. The hoofbeats drew closer. No one spoke. The only sound came from the crackling wood in the campfire. Seconds later, a black Mustang thundered across the nearby brush. Astride the big animal sat a headless rider, upright and rigid, sombrero rocked back and forth on the pommel. The cowboys had a gut feeling that beneath that broad-brimmed hat sat a head that belonged to a body. The animal slowed to a canter, bucked, stomped, snorted, then swung around to face the stunned group of cowhands. Hooves pawing at the dry earth. Head lowered, gave a mournful whine, only to gallop off. Horse and rider outlined against the bluish-gray sky. El muerto, someone said in a quiet, almost disbelieving tone. See, the dead one, whispered another. A sudden chill swept over the small group. The cowboys drew closer together, 6 guns in hand, poised for whatever may develop. That's the end of the cowboys' little encounter. Finally, the most famous but not well-documented story. Set in many years after, in 1917. The original events were 1850.
Oof.
A couple traveling by covered wagon to San Diego, Texas, camped for the night outside of town. They would report the next day that they sat by their campfire. A large black and gray stallion sped by with a headless man shouting, "It is mine. It is all mine."
God, Jesus.
What the fuck?
Supposedly, the legend lives on, and still today, many people report seeing the headless rider galloping through the mesquite on a clear, moonlit night in South Texas.
Oh my God,
Dude, that
I have one question.
was sick.
Camera again, Josh.
Do that. Oh, is it shutting off? I see.
That
That was, yeah.
that was a good story, dude.
What was your thought?
So when you said that the head ran off, like the head itself,
How do you?
you said the head ran off, as in the head.
No. The head on the horse.
I just pictured this
damn
head
it.
fucking rolling away.
No.
So, like you essentially said that they found the horse at a watering
So this
hole
is
dead.
it's a well-documented story. Yeah,
They knew the way.
It's this horse was found dead. It was found with multiple bullet wounds and arrows. So this
So
means
people
that
were actually
they were seeing
the
this
shit
thing.
and shooting
and
at
then that
it
developed into lore later on
and
that-
became a ghost
yeah.
story.
But this
That
was a
is
real encounter.
crazy.
Yeah.
The only Headless Horseman story, or like, I guess the origin, or like, where it began, was that they used to hang people on horses, and so
Oh my God.
like they would put them on a horse, put the rope around their neck, and then smack the shit out of the horse.
Oh, so the horse
Yeah.
would jerk forward
Yeah,
and
and so that's where I know Headless Horseman tales
and
from.
as far as like the headless man talking, his head was still on the horse, right?
It was on the horse, like, so the way that they described it is that they used a piece of rawhide, and they just went through the jaw and through the dude's severed head and wrapped it around the horse and just tied it.
Oh,
So like a collar
shit.
type deal, or like
Kind
No,
of,
like
yeah.
it was going in his mouth.
Yeah, in through his mouth.
Out his
and they
neck.
just wrapped it and they put the hat on top of the head.
That's brutal.
like they had it on top of the horse's head.
No.
Oh God, That would be
Just
so
like
funny.
right on the
You
saddle.
know how much less
So-
scarier that would be?
Real quick, 3 of those little short stories, 2 of them were, I found them online. 1 I made up. Can y'all tell which one I completely made up?
Fuck.
I completely made one up on my own. I'm happy that y'all couldn't,
Yeah,
that
no.
y'all didn't guess
No, I
it.
couldn't tell.
Yeah.
Any guesses?
All right,
I would
that
say-
wasn't the liquid death. Okay.
So you had the couple going to San Diego. You had the,
San Diego
The
one.
Indians?
because
San Diego,
There
'cause
isn't
you
a
grew up-
San Diego. There's a San Antonio.
and then there
I'm
is
pretty
a,
sure there is a San Diego.
there's a San
Texas.
Diego, Texas.
Yeah.
what was the last one? The Cowboys and the
The
Ranch
Cowboys
Hands.
and the Ranch.
There's a Paris, Texas. There's got to be.
I
a
think the
San Diego,
Cowboys and the ranch
Texas.
hands.
It's a long rawhide. It probably is. Can y'all guess? Can chat guess which one I
The
wrote?
one with the watering hole.
No, that's the real
yeah.
story.
That was the where
Oh.
they found him.
Someone.
That's what it's based off, dumbass.
The San Diego one.
No,
What?
No.
they got it right.
Which one?
The first story about
First one?
the Comanche and the Kiowa. I completely made that up.
Oh, really?
Comanche?
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That was believable.
So
too.
all I did
Fuck.
was I went and looked at like areas nearby where this happened.
Uh-huh.
I picked 2 tribes and then I made up a story.
Yeah, I mean.
That way, if anybody
Comanches-
went and checked on it, it was like, okay,
Comanches were
Could
mainly
be
in
the-
Texas, so
yeah. I specifically looked up that south area. I looked up the town and I went up like what
You
tribes
look
are
up
from
the
this
town's
area.
history.
Sneaky snake.
I just went on creepypasta, bro.
Yeah. Well, I mean, me and Caleb like didn't think about
Yeah, we did a
that.
little bit of research. Well, I did.
I didn't. I like.
Where was this
I looked up
overachieving in
so
high school,
much
Caleb?
stuff. So
Oh, they were wrong. Never mind.
they were wrong.
Wait, what?
Caleb was a great storyteller? What? She's a good storyteller?
I'm a good
Oh my
storyteller.
God.
Oh my god.
Thank you. Hurry, delete those comments. Don't do it. Don't you dare do it. My ego is swelling at an insta.
End of stream. Delete the
there it
VOD.
is. There it goes. Never mind. I started on my words.
Cut
I
it
back
off.
down.
Cut
I
it
back
off.
Cut that. Cut that. Cut
Down.
that.
Cut that. Cut that.
Oh man, that was good though. That's a
Thank
really
you, I
good story,
appreciate
and it was creepy though.
Okay, good.
It was pretty creepy.
Like you got like I could imagine the whole situation.
Yeah.
fucking
So like
happening.
there was a lot of it that I fleshed out. So like the stuff about him actually being beheaded, all it said was they beheaded him. I added all the stuff about the echoes and the screams and all that, just because it may have made it more
well,
immersive.
Either way, that
Either
was
way.
Don't ever do that again.
I don't know why I said it like that.
But okay, I'm glad y'all liked it. Cool.
Yeah, no, it was good.
Good.
It was good. All of the stories have been good so far. All right, that's it. Good night, guys.
You got a
Oh,
story.
shit.
You
I do
can't
got a story.
Back out of this one.
Fuck.
Thank you,
Okay.
everyone.
Yes, thank you. So yeah, I did a lot of what my story is about is actually about a location in Texas. It's actually in Mineral Wells, Texas. It's called the Baker Motel, and so essentially, I got some information about like when it was built and all those things, and then it leads up. There's this hotel is the first skyscraper built out of a metropolitan area ever. It was also the very first hotel to ever have a swimming pool in Texas. Yeah,
Cool
a bunch
tidbit.
of cool things. It was one of the only few hotels at the time.
I bet that swimming pool was god awful.
It was an Olympic-sized swimming pool.
Like, no, but
Oh,
like
Jesus Christ.
just like the time.
Oh yeah,
like,
yeah. It probably
They had no fucking public health. Like shit.
at the time, it was one of the few hotels that had lighting and AC. From what I understand.
Can you give me a year? I missed that.
Yes, I know. I haven't given it
Oh.
to you yet. But yeah, this is the
I was
story.
gonna say if that was recently, like,
No.
are those the standards that we
This-
need?
No, this was back in the 1920s till the
20s.
70s.
Okay, so AC and lighting is a big thing.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
excited about this.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is the story of Baker Hotel, Mineral Wells, Texas.
Excited.
When the Baker Hotel opened in 1929, built by one of the biggest hotel builders of that time, Theodore Baker, Baker Hotel was an attractive destination for tourists looking to enjoy the town's famed medicinal mineral waters. Back then, they believed that these waters could actually cure them of ailments, everything from cancer to dementia, all of those different kinds of things. But soon, after this hotel was built, mishaps began to darken the mood of the hotel. Dark things like the lover of the hotel manager throwing herself off the hotel. The bellhop, which was this tiny little boy that basically, except bags and stuff, was cut in half by the service elevator.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was a malfunctioning service elevator.
Some Grey's Anatomy shit.
And also an argument between one of the chefs of the hotel and his mistress, which ended with him killing her.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Today, many ghosts now haunt the now shuttered hotel. Let's dive into some of the more known and often cited spirits that roam this once famous and luxurious building. One of the first ones and one of the more famous ghosts is the woman on the 7th floor. Her name, according to legend and lore, is Virginia, a woman with fire-like red hair and an extremely flirtatious personality. From what I've read, she is actually one of the most seen ghosts in this hotel. She was a mistress to the hotel manager back in the day, like back when the hotel was still open. After things got caught off between the two, Virginia, in her sadness, decided to end it all and jump out of her 7th floor room window. She stayed in the southeast corner suite of the 7th floor because she was with the hotel manager. He gave her the hookup. Now this ghost has had a ton of sightings. A recent maid of the hotel, whenever it was still opened, talked about accounts of going room to room cleaning on the 7th floor. See your normal things, beds messy that need the sheets pulled off for cleaning, trash that didn't make it totally to the trash can, and so on. But when reaching the room that the mistress, who presumably jumped from the 7th floor window, there would always be a glass with red lipstick on it. And that was something that she was actually known for, was her fiery red hair and wearing this bright red lipstick, and also wearing heels. We'll get to that later. This happened often and always when no one was staying in that room the night before. Like it was her job to check every room regardless if she knew that no one was staying in there or not. And she would always find a glass with the lipstick on the brim. Yeah. Male guests have had run-ins with the ghost as well. Meeting a beautiful and very flirtatious woman whom would disappear into thin air whenever a man turns his gaze from her for a split second. I'm talking the one story that I read, the man literally talked to her, glanced over, and she was gone. Yeah.
See,
And they could smell her perfume. That was another thing that is like, her perfume was always like predominant in the air on the 7th floor.
Now that you said that, what we brought up earlier about things that scared you, Colby, like, now I didn't think about that, but you saying that fucking scares the shit out of me. Like, you're having a full conversation with somebody and you turn around, they're fucking gone. No, I can't do that.
So now let's fast forward into like more recent times. The most recent manager of the hotel has multiple accounts of hearing the sounds of footsteps while on the 7th floor and on the main floor of the building, which is basically another floor that she was sighted on. Notably, footsteps of a woman in heels, a sound most people associated with this ghost, walking towards him whenever he was the only one in the building. He would hear these footsteps as he was, doing his daily routine. Another account of footsteps with the same manager happened one cold night during Christmas time. Even though the hotel is closed down, they still put up Christmas lights every year. And one of the fuse boxes is actually on the 7th floor.
Oh my goodness.
It turns out that fuse box was getting flipped. Whenever you went for the 4th or 5th time to work on the flipped fuse in the breaker box on the 7th floor, he was opening the breaker box to flip the switch when he heard those familiar sounding footsteps in pitch black darkness. The creepy thing about those footsteps, it was footsteps that he was always, accustomed to. I mean, like, he hears them all the time. But this time they sounded like they were creeping slowly up towards him. Like, as the sound of the footsteps got closer, they kind of started to slow, like they were like, coming up to him and trying to be essentially quiet about it. So the man, wanting to be quick about, catching to see who this was, he whips around with his flashlight to, basically look around, because he was literally at the end of this hallway. So there was a wall on one side and then there was the hallway. So he whips around and he's like, "Who's there?" And no one was there. So the man calmly set out into the dark that he meant no harm. He flipped the fuse and went home. After that encounter, the fuse was never flipped again. So that's about the woman on the 7th floor.
Don't touch the fucking fuse.
Don't do it.
Yeah. So
Don't
there's
touch the thermostat.
a lot of things with like women and floors. This is the 12th floor drunk. So this happened in the 1950s. There was a woman, while staying on the 12th floor, she got super hammered one night and came up with the awesome idea to jump from her window into the giant pool out front of the hotel.
Oh my
Hell
god.
yeah.
She missed the pool.
Just aim for the bushes.
Yeah, and she wasn't found until the next day. Well, because they didn't know exactly what room she jumped from or in anything like that, and she was so disfigured from the fall.
Probably it also took them a while to figure out that she jumped.
Was it the 13th?
Yeah, they didn't know who she was, and so
Was it the
so
13th?
what they did is they took her to the funeral home or whatever, got her embalmed and fixed up as much as they could, and then they displayed her body in the front window.
Excuse me?
Did
What?
wait?
Yeah,
Wait,
to
what?
essentially hope that someone that was staying there or walking by would know who she was
At the hotel?
at the hotel.
Have you seen this dead body?
Right? Who is this person?
So dumb.
Yeah, I know.
Like, a milk carton is more,
Right?
like,
I
I'd
don't
much
know.
rather see that at a grocery store
Maybe it
than
was the
walking into a
40s,
hotel.
or maybe it was the 30s. I don't know, but I know that it happened.
I mean, they had milk, right?
By the way, I forgot to mention the
I got a
hotel
story about milk
closed.
cartons.
You got
The hotel closed its doors in the 70s after the death of Theodore Baker. Which Theodore Baker, who is the creator of the hotel, he lived in the hotel for the rest of his life. And even after the hotel was closed down, he lived there with nobody there, and he ended up dying in the Theodore Baker suite. And his ghost is so predominant in that suite, from anything from the smell of cigars to running into the man,
You got it.
that
Got chills.
That's one thing.
they
that fucks me up,
literally
too.
they
Like-
literally knock on his door to make sure that he's not upset when they open the door. When they're going to check the room, they knock first and say, "Hey, we're coming in, Mr. Baker."
Dude, that
Fuck.
how
They do that on the Queen Mary too.
Yeah, that
No,
shit is fucked. I got goosebumps right now. I'm giving myself goosebumps. All right, I'm not done. I have plenty of other stories. Okay, so
Write it down. Okay, if you have stuff, I don't want to keep interrupting.
Yeah.
If you have stuff, write it down. Bring it up later.
there's this hotel is massive. It has over 450 something rooms in it. It's 14 stories high.
goddamn.
It also has a bunch of it has two event rooms, like Brazos rooms. It had a couple of stores in it. It had a full like dining area, like all these different things. Well, this is about one of the Brazos rooms that happened. So back in during World War II was the 1940s, right? Or was that World War
Yes.
One? They actually
Correct.
used the hotel as a means for people that were in the war to come and stay.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
so because of that, they actually did a tour like long after it was closed, back in the 90s, that was with World War II vets. And during this tour, that took place many years after the hotel being closed, when entering the Brazos room, a dining and dancing area in the first floor of the hotel, slowly, one after another, every single person of the tour started to hear the clanking of like people using forks and spoons on their dishes. That was the first sound. It came in waves, and then after that swept through, and everyone's like, quite literally, like going like, "What the fuck?" They start hearing people talking, and then after that, they start hearing waves of music, and then after
I'll
that,
say
like
some
it literally
violins.
sounded like they were in an
A
event.
bustling. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool, though.
bustling. Yeah. Nobody really said anything. Everyone noticed that everyone was kind of like, "What the hell?" But immediately everybody left the room and went outside, and all one after another were like, "Did you hear that? Did you hear the forks? Did you hear the blah blah blah?" Every single person in that tour heard that stuff. So there's that with the Brazos room. I got more. So there is a psychic who is a local psychic of the town of Mineral Wells, and she is super interested in this hotel. The local psychic in the town of Mineral Wells states that the hotel is full of spirits, but not because of them dying per se in the hotel. There's a total of 49 spirits in the hotel. Some of them because they passed there, like Mr. Baker, the mistress that committed suicide, and things like that, and the bellboy. But for some reason, she feels, and a lot of people state it's because of the mineral water, that she feels like it's a place for spirits. It's like a hot spot, and they feel comfortable there. Not a portal. It's just when they are
draws
stuck in
them.
this plane, they're drawn to that area,
Energy.
especially if they've been there before. One of the spirits seen is of a helicopter pilot who died during helicopter training in Alabama. He has an extremely mangled body. He's torn to shreds. Sadly, that's how you see him. Literally with his guts hanging out. Because that was one of the things that she also states is
Oh my god.
the spirits most of the time look exactly like how they died.
Oof.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
She also states that most of the spirits don't want to be known that they're there. They're not necessarily like trying to get people's attention, aside from like the flirtatious ghost and even the bellhop, which I'll get into now. One of the only spirits that she came into contact with was the bellhop, and he also had this big old shaggy dog with him that she guesses is his dog. He's one of the few who have actually died in the building from a sickness. Oh, wait, no, that's the other one. Okay, so there's two boys. I'm sorry. So there's the bellhop who died with the elevator thing, which you actually see him cut in half. Like, that's how his body is displayed. Like,
Yeah.
dragging on the ground.
Like a crawler. In
Yeah,
zombies.
like he's crawling. Yeah, and then the other one is of a boy with his shaggy dog. And he died from a sickness back long ago because, you know, they would come for the mineral waters. He died in the hotel. Yeah. But the creepy factor about the boy that wants to be known, he's one of the only spirits that's actually given her the time of day to talk to her, is that she noticed that there was another spirit that was associated with him. When she was talking to him, she was literally talking to him in the main hallway, and she noticed that there was this old lady peeking around the corner with her hand, just staring at her.
No.
And she said that when she locked eyes with the old lady, she got this super like heavy wave of malicious, like like feeling like she's like, that's not a good thing. But that's the only spirit that she has seen or like felt that seemed like a bad spirit.
Oof.
And then the last story, you know how I mentioned the chef that, you know, killed his girlfriend that he was cheating on his wife with. So you can take ghost tours of this place. It's not very safe. So these people were taking a ghost tour, and they were on the floor above where the kitchens were at. And all of a sudden, they start hearing people shouting, like, oh, you know, just like two people fighting back and forth. They couldn't tell that it was a man and a girl, but man and a woman. But so the fighting goes on for like a solid like minute or two, and then all of a sudden, you just hear like bang, 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 and then you hear what sounds like a heavy ass metal door open, and then just slam shut.
Nope.
So they all go down to investigate. They literally
Of course
figure
they
out
would.
what's right underneath them, and what's right underneath them. It's the kitchen. And then that's when the tour guide goes all pale faced. Yeah, the only murder that's happened here was
It's the only
a
murder.
chef killed his girlfriend because, you know, he didn't want to, you know, partake in that anymore. And they got into a dispute.
There's an easier way to do that.
And so he killed her, and then he stuffed her in the big heavy metal refrigerator to hide her body.
I mean, keep it cold. I mean, you can't determine time of death after a while. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Keep it cold. Dispose of it somewhere else.
But
Take notes.
So there have been many like attempts to rejuvenate the Baker Hotel. They actually in 2014 the city has really been trying to like go and raise funds to reopen it. They want to reopen it. It's in pretty in a pretty dilapidated state though. It looks really creepy. It'd be an awesome place to shoot a music video.
In the
But
kitchen.
yeah.
Kitchen.
The only other there was a couple of stories that I didn't know. Like back in the 90s, there's a bank that's across the street, and this one lady accounted how they noticed every day different windows would open at different times of the day, and you know they were bank tellers, so they were bored half the time. So they would like make note of the different windows, and then they ended up going to the manager and asking like, "Why are you opening all these windows?" And he's like, "I haven't been in there in like a month." Yeah.
Well, hey, what if it's some sort of code?
That's true. That's
Code,
good.
satanic
And they
ritual, you
also
never know.
accounted seeing a red dress walk by a window one time, and they think that that was the lady on the 7th floor because it was on the 7th floor. But yeah, that's all I got on the
couple set of stories, man.
that's all I got on the Baker Hotel in Mineral Wells, Texas. And yes, one day I would like to go there and bring our.
Let's
pod.
do it.
It's actually really easy to like
Hey,
contact him.
where
Like that's
is-
what he does now.
Where is Mineral Wells?
It's a couple hours from where we reside.
You're
Your
using
boy-
big words on me.
Your boy Wiggle says Baker Hotel is in my neck of the woods.
There you go. See.
Oh my God.
See?
Hey.
So I wrote down a couple things.
Okay.
6th or 7th time going to the fuse box, I'd be irate. I'd be so pissed.
Oh no, it was a thing, and it also always happened at 3:00 in the morning.
No, I'd be so mad. I'd be so pissed off at this ghost. Okay. And then all the people hearing the noises, I think we all like took to that one. That's
Yeah,
creepy.
that
So
is-
the worst part about that is that they all like I'm assuming a tour 10 people.
Yeah, it was
Everybody?
Like, yeah, all of them. And what everyone
How do you-
realized
how do
and
you
came into
discount that?
account is like it was like a wave. Like one person
Yeah,
heard
yeah,
it,
yeah.
and then like the people behind them,
Oh.
and then like and it just went through, and then
It wasn't like volume getting turned up. It was like literal waves.
like literal
That's
wave,
so
and
weird.
then the next sound, and then the next sound, and then by the end of it, it sounded like they were all hearing like a gala event. Like everyone was
Jesus.
eating food
I
and
mean,
talking,
yeah.
and yeah,
Uh,
straight out of The Shining.
I
It-
think-
yeah,
That's
exactly.
what it
Yes,
reminds me
yes.
of. Yeah.
like, I wouldn't mind it.
So
I
I
wouldn't
think-
mind it.
I think what got me the most out of all of that is the like introducing yourself before you go into the room.
Yes.
Because I've seen them do
Yeah,
that
that's-
on,
that shit's crazy.
the Queen Mary.
You need to do a story on the Queen.
Hello? Like, that'd
Yeah.
be me.
We need to go to the Queen Mary.
Yeah,
it's
I'm down.
expensive though. But anyway, that and the cigars. I don't know. Kind of like how Kyle's finding out like what scares him. I'm finding out that smells fucking scare me.
Yeah, so the
like
cigars,
residual smells.
and then the woman on the
resige.
7th floor, her perfume, and her perfume was more predominant though on the main floor because that was where people
Yeah.
would run into her. Like I'm
See,
saying they
like,
would
I
literally
can-
run into a
I
person
can
and
deal
she'd
with
be
perfume
flirty.
because like somebody might have just sprayed some
Right.
fucking
That's
shit.
that's very
But
true.
like a cigar, like in an empty room that's been empty for how long?
What, 30
Fuck
years?
that.
Hey, well, how would you feel if it was like if you knew it was somebody you loved, like that was their scent? Would you be scared then?
That would be kind of weird because
Yeah.
that would lead into some like where they're trying to trap you,
Yeah,
like
mimic.
lead you.
Exactly.
That's
Like,
creepy.
I don't know. I
So
probably
I mean, if I smelled my grandma's tamales, I'd be very, very happy.
Okay, so the one that got me the most by far was it was the bellboy that I guess got sick.
Oh no, the bellboy was the one that got cut
Got
in half,
chopped in
and
half.
then
Oh, the
the
other
boy with the dog was the one that got sick.
The one that had the lady peering behind.
Yes.
That one.
The only
Is bad.
malicious spirit that psychic
That one is
ran into.
awful. So in my head, I don't know if y'all have seen I Am Legion with Will Smith.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The
I
old
Am-
lady.
It's I Am
no,
Legend.
I Am
no,
Legend.
I'm thinking of Legion.
Oh,
Different
the
Legion?
Legion. Yeah,
Legion, my bad.
in the
I'm mixing
ice
two
cream
movies.
man
Yeah.
and shit.
Yes. Yeah, the ice cream. Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Wait,
Do you
what?
remember the grandma in the
Oh,
She
yeah.
goes ah.
Oh my God, yes,
Her eyes
yes.
go black and she just starts. She doesn't walk. She just. And that's
need to see
immediately what I
this.
thought. Yeah.
Legion.
Y'all talking about
Legion, I
having
believe that's what
a
it's
Dead
called.
Reflections
Are you talking
podcast
about the ones that
Discord
are-
party
that
where
are
we
in
all
the
watch
diner and all
Legion?
that?
I
Like,
yes.
Are
Yeah, she
you
climbs up the
Legion?
fucking wall and
Yeah, she
shit.
climbs up the wall. They hit her with a pan and she has
He's
no
too
reaction
focused
to
on
it.
Will
fucking love
Smith
that
after
movie.
last
I
night.
forgot how scary that movie is. That
love
movie's
that
fucked up.
The other thing
The
that came into my
CGI is kind of
head.
ass though. I ain't gonna lie.
The other thing that came to my head, similar thing about like just face changing, was Bilbo Baggins whenever he started trying to
I was like,
attack. Yeah, exactly.
That scared the shit out of me when I
it
was a
scared
kid.
me when I watched it like a couple days ago.
Oh man.
Okay. Does chat have any of those stories that irked them? Because there was a good amount. That was a nice little like platter of.
Thank you. I
Tales.
try. The other tale that I was going to talk about was Bailey's ghost, but it's also stupid long because I did way too much research on it. So
Yeah.
it was and that's a real thing in between Arlington, I-35 or
Your doll
45.
story.
Oh yeah, the doll story. Okay, so
Oh wait, before you start that, I
Faces
think
changing.
I remember seeing the psychic on a Ghost Hunters episode. I think.
yeah, because they went there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the same one, but yeah, I it doesn't show me. It didn't show me who she
It
was.
was a
or-
psychic. It was a woman. And,
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it was because they did it to the owners of the hotel.
Oh, they did the psychic reading to the owners of the hotel.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, because that's what Ghost Hunters does is they go in
Mm-hmm.
to people's haunted homes or businesses
Mm-hmm.
and try to make them feel like better, like with like what's going on there.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to watch that episode now. Now that I've done the research on this, that would be super interesting to see. Super interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's nuts. It kind of blows my mind how you don't really hear stories about a location is a place where ghosts want to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like they're not there because they're trapped. I mean, there's a couple of them that are probably there
Yeah.
because they're trapped, but most of them want to be there and they don't want to be bothered. Like,
So-
it's
Right.
like that's their final, that they're okay with staying in this dilapidated hotel.
This is like scared to death. We don't know the rules. We don't know
That's
what is
very true.
okay
Yeah.
and everything. So like why?
Why?
That's the
I know,
craziest
I
it's
mean,
thing.
like,
there,
Why
there
do they
seems
keep-
to be a common, like a common denominator, and that's energy.
Yeah, and that's what they
And-
talked about with the mineral water.
Yeah.
Is like it's just an energy thing, and their
So
energies
weird
were
to me.
attracted to that. And like I said,
They created that mineral.
the psychic also said that a lot of the ghosts that return are ghosts that have been there.
Yeah.
Like that guy, the pilot from Alabama, he had stayed there,
Yeah.
and so his
So-
energy got synced with the mineral energy.
Theoretically, if we went there and we did a thing, and in however many years we die, we could get stuck there.
Yeah, and then we
Or
could
we
just
could
play.
get drawn
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
We
could
could just
draw
play.
there.
Okay, so we
Yeah.
like this place. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So
I'm
we're all
in,
cool
I'm
with
in
it.
now.
So
I'm in
we're
now.
okay with
We're cool with
this.
I'm cool now. No. Y'all are cool with this. I'm cool with this. That's just how it is. I'm
show.
matching the energy.
Oh shit, that's fucking great. That's fucking great.
No, I'm hella down to do anything at any haunted location.
Yeah, me too. I think that would be like when we get
That's
further
what I
on,
bought the goddamn ghost hunting equipment for.
Yeah.
right? If this
I'm a scaredy cat. I ain't gonna lie.
if this like the podcast hits off and it goes very well and we want to
Oh
continue,
yeah, do like a go rig.
Oh yeah,
I'd
dude,
love
like
that.
Put it at
fucking
the
just
front of
go
the
and literally do the podcast as we're going through a haunted.
Put that up there.
Did you turn it on?
No, it's
No.
very loud.
Yeah, it's
is,
very loud.
This is an actual ghost hunting
It's a REM pod.
thing. It's a REM pod.
The liar.
I do
Start
have
making
I have an
friends with
EMF
ghosts now.
reader somewhere, but
It's right there.
What? Don't found it?
Yeah, it's behind that.
That's a candle.
No, that's a recorder.
Oh,
See.
never mind.
But yeah.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
I mean, that's used for
This is
that
all
too.
you need right here. In a not a digital camera, not a Polaroid, the fucking disposable camera.
Who's Attic Boy?
Disposable.
Who's what?
I want to ghost hunt. Want to see Attic Boy? Who's Attic Boy? I don't want to know.
We have an
Excuse
attic
me?
in here, bro. I think he's
No, they're talking. I think they're talking about Dippin's house. Dippin literally had a ghost event happen on stream the other day, where her water bottle fell off of the desk with nobody
No.
touching
No,
it.
thanks, man.
Yeah, Vex actually
we
caught
gotta
it.
go
and
now.
recorded it, right?
Oh
Dippin's
man.
attic boy. They think it's an attic boy.
Oh, that's
attic.
perfect.
What if it's an actual person
Podcast
though?
in the attic.
There,
Yo.
do you know how many stories there are?
Yeah, I know.
attic's
There's a
not
lot of
big enough
stories.
for
That's
us
why
to
I've
fit in.
never
Just
been
get
in
a
my
couple
attic in my
fans.
house.
Yeah.
I've lived in my house for a year. I've never been in my
Dead
attic.
ass.
I've never
Yeah,
been in
no.
the attic in my house because I'm scared. Just like some homeboys just living up there.
Dad, let's save
Dave,
the
you
clip
said
for
that
a different time.
You said that you did it, right?
Let's save the clip for a different time.
Yeah. But
mean,
yeah, the
I'm
doll
down.
story. The
What's
doll
our
story.
uptime?
We're at
hour
hour
and 9
15.
minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
That's almost
very good.
perfect. So
Yeah.
like fill out 20 more minutes worth of stuff, and I think that's That's good. That worked out well.
Yeah, it did. I think
cool.
it was great. I think we did. I'm super
We still
proud
got
of
a
us.
pull from the creepy motherfucker.
The fuck
Oh
is
yeah.
You've yet to see.
Doll story. Y'all wanted the doll story, right?
Doll story.
Okay. So
I'm gonna take down
fucking
notes
A.
here.
So I don't have. It's not that a doll attacked me, even though I've had situations where I've seen dolls like I feel like they moved when they shouldn't have.
Mhm.
But the thing that really gets me is, have you guys ever had sleep paralysis before?
One time.
Nope.
That was very scary.
Okay, I've had it multiple times, and literally every time I have a vivid dream about the same exact looking doll that has red eyes, and she is in control of everything.
How so? Control of everything. What?
Like she sits in the dark with a fucking sinister smile and makes other things come to life, or makes me not be able to move,
Okay.
or anything like that.
She has a god complex.
Yes,
she can just
she's
do
a
whatever.
Fucking
Okay.
bitch. Anyway,
Fucking cunt.
yeah, and so like that's like a part of the reason why it's like fucked with me so much. I've had this like I think a couple years ago was the last time I had a dream with that doll, but it was so predominant and it was always the same. Not the dream itself, but she was always the same, and she was always the catalyst that was causing all of these different things. And also, it also stems from, like I said, the whole thing with the, what is it called? Not Silicon Valley, but
Oh, uncanny valley.
Uncanny Valley,
Uncanny
where
Valley.
the dolls are just, they don't sit
It's
right with
very
me.
human-like, but it's just slightly off.
Yeah,
Your
and
brain
it's like-
knows it's off.
Like my brain's like that should be alive, and it's not. But then it,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, and it just fucks me up, dude. I don't know. It's just always been a thing, and it's just I can't do it.
So comically, like Raggedy Ann dolls, those don't get you as much as, say, a porcelain doll.
Like a Raggedy Ann doll, like the actual Annabelle doll
yeah.
is.
Like,
Yeah.
well, no, the real Raggedy Ann doll.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no,
what
like,
animal
like,
is-
like just red.
Yeah, that's what the actual the Annabelle doll is. The Raggedy Ann doll.
Is it really?
Yeah, you didn't know
Oh,
that?
it is.
Yeah.
I thought the
It's just
Raggedy Ann one was
big.
like, oh, maybe that was like the commercialized one where they made it like more approachable. It was like a soft piece of like
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
it is.
pillow. Oh, okay, then
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about the one from the
Yeah, the
movies.
Annabelle.
No,
the
they
Annabelle
made
doll
that
is just a
scary.
big Raggedy Ann doll.
I didn't know that. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah, but that gets you. Not with the Uncanny Valley stuff. But
No, the
with-
Raggedy Ann doll doesn't get me. Well, it kind of does.
Okay,
Action figures can even get me.
really.
Really?
Damn.
Yeah, it just like I've actually had
You're
a
a
nightmare.
nerd. That's hard.
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
had a-
one of those stupid little toys you put in
one
your...
of the nightmares with that doll being in control of everything. She made action figures and shit like fucking like try to come at me like
Fight.
Puppet Master style.
Did you have naked Superman do something too?
You don't want to talk about it.
Still want to talk about it.
the evil monkey in the closet.
Okay.
Huh?
The evil monkey in the closet.
Yeah, he made me walk in. He made me go into my own closet.
Are we gonna draw from the?
Yes,
the
let's.
thing?
So one of the last things that we are gonna do during our episodes is
show it off real quick.
yeah, draw from this. The listeners won't be able to hear it.
That
Or
doesn't
won't be
look
able to
safe.
see it, but it's basically this creepy ass like
camera.
base looking thing that has a top,
God damn it.
and you open
We
the
need to-
top,
we need
and
to
we
fix that.
have
Yeah.
Are those-
wax
is that
sealed
gum?
papers.
Put it on that camera, Josh. Over
That
there.
camera.
We have wax sealed papers that we're gonna essentially open, and it has a topic that we are going to research for.
You're giving
the,
me homework?
Podcast. Yes.
So okay, this is still up to like what we're gonna do. I think it would be cool to draw twice. To do one that you draw it, somebody from the table picks what it's going to be for the next episode. Like they get to pick it and then make a story of it.
Okay.
Second one we can draw and then just right now on the spot an encounter with that thing.
Okay.
Honestly,
You know what I
yes.
mean?
Yeah,
that
I'm cool with that.
That's
I'm excluded from this because I don't have any fucking encounters.
Okay, then you get to draw.
All right, bet.
You get to draw.
This is gonna be for the next stream.
Of course, I got the most wax.
I intentionally did that.
hey, I got.
No.
It's not going to be the worst thing if you, like, all I did was, like, scratch some charcoal pen on it and then wrote something down. You'll see.
Nice. And we can show it to the
Yeah.
to the
Here,
camera.
let me turn
too.
your camera back on.
Okay.
Disembodied voice.
Oh.
I have a story of that. I can tell
I
that
think
right
I
now.
do.
So, okay, that's what I was going to say. Do we want to tell a disembodied story voice, or do you want to have a full-fledged story next stream?
Put this over there on the Ouija board.
Both of them.
I guess we
The
could do both
squeegee
of them.
board, Josh.
Let's see what the next one
I
is.
actually do have a disembodied
Here,
voice.
you can use his camera now.
Oh, yeah, Josh.
Josh, go ahead.
I actually do have a disembodied
Otherwise it's
voice.
gonna be rough to read.
Don't
It's
need
a
to-
short story.
That's okay.
Okay.
It's actually recent,
And then this,
Oh,
okay,
how
so
recent?
like a week ago.
Oh,
What?
okay.
about a week ago?
Okay, so everybody's going to share a
I
disembodied
see.
voice story.
I
now.
can't.
Okay.
See,
All right.
Okay, so basically, it was.
Go.
It was either a disembodied voice of something, or it was
Passerby or something.
or it was something making a sound. Because a lot of disembodied voices are just like objects making a sound, and it sounds
Yeah,
like
you think-
talking.
Okay.
Which I've had that happen a lot. But I could always chalk it up to
Okay.
that,
Yeah.
like fucking door
Yeah.
Squeaking.
Yeah, okay.
sounds like a baby child. But anyway, I don't know if it was an actual voice that I heard or if it was me going insane. Basically, I think it was after a practice,
Oof.
and I was heading home from here. It always happens on your road.
Yeah, you have a sketchy ass road.
So-
I'm scared every time I go home.
So, for the podcast listeners and for everyone tuning in right now, Creamer Creek has a banshee.
Thanks for saying my road name.
I'm not gonna give away your address.
Yeah, it is only
short
so many houses on Creamer.
Okay, continue.
They don't know what town, so it's
Fucking
fine.
come to Caleb's house. We want you
we
here.
plaster it on every band page.
Oh,
We
dude.
really do.
Okay, continue. My road is haunted.
Yeah, by a banshee. But basically, a lot of shit happens when you're on this road.
I think we'll have a segment in another part
Yeah.
where we do just this.
Oh my
And
God.
so, long story short, is I was just driving home. I hear like, what is it? Headlights. I just hear someone
Wait, hold-
You hear that?
I don't.
You can hear lights.
It's not hearing headlights. It's I hear something saying headlights. Headlights.
Oh shit.
Oh, what the fuck?
Ooh, yeah,
I
no.
don't like that, Colby.
Was it multiple?
Yeah, no, it's like headlights.
Wait, okay, hold on.
headlights.
Hold on. You were driving home.
Yeah,
You didn't have any music on. I know you blast music.
I did have music on.
Did you hear it through the speakers? That's
No.
even more. Oh, okay.
No, it was
Like in your passenger seat.
It
What
was
the
like
fuck was that?
it was like something
heard it
in my
too.
back seat.
Did
It
you
was
hear
like
that shit?
it was like behind my head.
Like
dead
it was
ass.
like they were talking like. It's like
Yeah,
behind-
so like if someone were to like get on your shoulders
Yeah.
and like say something,
Yeah.
that's kind of how it was.
Oh,
I didn't
what
feel
the
anything touch me.
fuck?
But I just heard headlights,
Oh my goodness! Stop it.
like 3 or 4 times. And as soon as it said that, 2 motherfuckers, we call them yee boys around here. Just they were in their big trucks and they recklessly like pull out in front of me.
Yeah.
Not like directly in front of me, but like I'm maybe 50 yards from the intersection where they pull out.
A field goal away.
Is that cut off?
Yes.
That's always a sketchy one. People
Yeah.
always do that.
Oh,
too.
the houseman.
No, it's right before that.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah, where it goes down to the.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
area.
Yeah.
But yeah, they pull out 2 trucks. They're just speeding. Like
Yeah, having
nothing
fun,
nothing
you know.
unoriginal from around here. But yeah, it was a little creepy.
That's fucked.
Did they have their headlights on?
Yes, they did.
Okay.
But like it was like to me, I chalked it up, like, I was like, is that something telling me to, like, be cautious?
Yeah.
Like, because of them driving recklessly.
So
I got a story for that.
yeah, I have a disembodied one too. So I drew for the next
Oh, you already opened it?
podcast. It says
Asshole.
most recent.
Okay, so most
The
recent
thing is, though,
encounter.
my disembodied is probably one of my most recent stories.
Okay.
So
Draw again
Could
and
we
tell it. 'Cause you already said
do-
something.
We could draw again.
Draw again and then tell that one.
are you sure?
Yes.
I'm fine with that. It doesn't
Okay.
matter.
I'm fine with that.
Okay, so then we're gonna do this. All right, I'm gonna tell my most recent disembodied voice story. I'm sorry, babe.
Scary
Oh
paper.
no.
So
Oh man.
Say it's scary
one.
paper.
So when we
Could
Could be
lived,
Vex.
when
Could
we
be.
lived in Ellinger, Texas,
Yeah,
we
yeah.
lived in that
I
one
remember.
house.
Oh no.
I was sleeping on the couch one night, and this was after our daughter had been born and everything else. I don't remember why I was sleeping on the couch, but I was like sleeping. I wasn't in trouble, guys. I was sleeping like this, and so the way I was laying on the couch, my arm was like up. My elbow was up above the back of the couch, so I was kind of like sideways like that. Well, we had already been told that the house that we lived in was haunted. And so we knew that there was like apparently this old gentleman that lived there that was like nice, from what the previous tenant, who was kind of a little cuckoo, told us. But apparently she had said something about a little kid too. And I'll never forget this shit because it creeped me the fuck out, and I think about it all the time, and it creeps me out. So I'm laying there, all of a sudden I feel like something scratched the shit out of my arm, like a sharp pain, and it woke me up. And when I was coming out of like being like, ow, I hear and it just
Ooh.
runs off.
Cool.
Stop it.
So you're.
And this house is, our house was not big.
Yeah.
And the first thing I thought was like, you know, our daughter, like, oh,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
no, dude, they were passed the fuck out. Like they were, no, it was not. And that's the thing, is I never saw a light. I know, like, we had the door close on us multiple times, open and shut, like by itself. Like she can attest to it.
Yeah.
Like, and it just, I'll never forget that. And I don't know if I ever told her about that either. I don't
No,
know if I
really?
ever told my wife about that.
So
no,
not only disembodied voices, but you were scratched.
Yeah.
I was
Did
scratched.
you have scratches?
I had it was red. I thought it was a bug bite. That's what I rationalized it as. And then like maybe I was dreaming about something that had to do with like a child laughing.
Yeah.
But like, no, it was pretty distinct in the,
Oh no. Is that where it comes from?
No.
Or no, that's
No,
part of it. I remember
no.
the other story. I remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the other story?
We'll get to it.
We'll get to it
Before we move
eventually.
on, do you have a disembodied voice story?
I have.
Because I have one.
I have two little short ones. They're both within my family.
Okay.
First one, it had to do with my mom driving, and I'll start with that one because he had driving related incident.
To get that Gatorade bottle out of here. We're
Okay,
only
okay,
trying to
okay,
get
okay.
liquid
This is my
death.
Gatorade. This is
She
brought to you by Gatorade.
No.
back in my early existence, in the early, like 1999, 2000.
Yep.
We lived in Columbus, and I guess we kind of say trailer park. It's trailer neighborhood. It wasn't as trashy as a trailer, but it wasn't,
Gotcha.
But my mom had to drive on I-10 to Austin. Actually, not even I-10. It was way before that. She had to go through LaGrange before
Yeah.
they built 71.
Oh damn.
Yeah, so she went from Columbus to Austin every day,
Fuck
Mm.
and it was 5 a.m.
Was-
3 a.m. She worked for the state.
that. I'm not even gonna ask.
But they really have good cars early on. She was in I think our old Jeep Grand Cherokee, and she's driving early hours in the morning, late nights, falling asleep,
Yeah.
and she was as you do,
Mm-hmm.
running off the road. She heard my dad's voice.
Mm.
My dad ain't dead, as y'all know.
Mike is very much alive.
Very much in a goober. Okay, anyways, he's
Yeah, can you recall what he said?
Olivia, just Olivia.
That's crazy.
And she was falling asleep at the wheel.
Yeah, and she woke her up, and she good to go. Also, she saw. She told me one of her encounters when she was going to work. It's always on the way to work. She saw a person, I think in Ellinger, hitchhiking.
Yeah, like trying to wave
In
her
very
down.
distinctive clothes. Like you can tell this person if you saw them again.
Yeah.
And then like 50 miles later,
No, she did
same
fucking
guy.
not.
Same guy.
No.
That man, the Flash, bro.
I have something
Same
like
guy.
that.
And also, and
Fucking teleport.
okay, that's pretty much the end of that one. This happened to go at my grandma's house. There's an old well on the property, so us kids, just want to, who's in there?
Yeah.
There's I'm not sure if it's a Columbus thing or just my family thing trying to scare the kids, but there's this ghost called the White Lady. I've told you about
I
it multiple
remember.
times.
The white lady.
Yeah. They're Mexican. They're probably, I don't know. But, all our aunts and uncles tell us, oh, yeah, she lives in that well. It's on we're like 6, 7, 8 years old, so we go open the well, and we didn't hear, like, a normal voice. We heard more like a groan or like...
Like a.
Yeah, but a little more hype. It was a lady.
Oh, yeah.
Mind your... Get your pronouns right.
Jesus Christ.
So, but we heard something. It was just nasty. We did not enjoy it. We sealed that bitch back up. Never talked about it again.
So you you opened it, and
I
you
synced
heard
it with my ears.
You heard like a groaning, like someone. Like
How,
Yeah.
how
groaning.
was this grown? Like a
Can you mimic it?
It was about 15 years ago. I don't know.
Okay.
like some
Like
creepy
they
shit.
were-
Like
that's what
So,
I'm
yeah,
wondering. Is it
it's a little creepy. Like it
was
wasn't
it like barely pushing in the air, or was it like a
It had some volume. It had some volume. But I'm
Colby's still.
but we
stuck on
couldn't.
trying
I
to figure
couldn't.
this
I
out.
couldn't tell
I
if
gotta
it
get the
was.
details, bro.
No, I couldn't tell if it was evil though, or
yeah.
malicious intent. For all I know, somebody could have opened it, screamed in it, and closed it real quick, and then
like
And then it
trapped
came back out
their
later.
voice.
Okay, so real quick, my story.
20 years later.
Exactly.
What the fuck was that?
So, for viewers and listeners, I live with my dad, 2 younger brothers, and stepmom. This was a long time ago, before my stepmom was here. For whatever reason, my dad, 2 brothers were gone. I was home alone.
Yeah.
And I don't, like, when I'm by myself, I'm cool to just chill in silence. Like, I don't need anything else. So I was just chilling, like, on my phone or something.
that's fucking
That's some
crazy.
serial killer
I
shit.
have the TV on, bro. I
like
have the
to-
TV
No,
on for
no,
background.
I'm
change
joking.
stuff.
I do that shit too.
Okay, so I'll sit in silence and I'll be cool. So, y'all know Kaysen. I heard what I thought was Kaysen from, like, the other side of the house. I thought I heard him say, like, Caleb.
Oh no,
And
bro.
I like immediately got up. I was like, "What do you need?" or something. Like I was like ready to go because we're so used to it. And I'd like looked and I was like, "Oh yeah, they're in like Houston." and then I looked around. I was like, "Okay, maybe they like dropped him off. He didn't want to go last second or something." And I was like, I looked around. I called my dad and he's like, "No, he's with me." And I was like, "I'm gonna go lay down and watch TV." So, but what I think
Crank that volume
what
up.
I've gone to just like pushing it off to is like you have kids. Always they're going dad,
Yeah.
or your brother
Yeah.
or whoever. So I was like, maybe I just thought.
Oh, like it's like your.
It's just
your
like instant,
brain
yeah.
just-
You're like it's like you're maybe like a certain time of the day or something.
And you're like,
maybe
yeah,
usually
yeah,
he's
yeah.
like, "Hey, Caleb, come help me with this." And
exactly.
you're
So
like,
that's what
okay.
I thought, but
That
it
makes
was,
sense.
It was pretty goddamn
But-
clear.
It's not
Hey.
fucking headlights.
Yeah, it's not. Like,
What scares me about that is because Kaysen has a very distinct voice.
yeah, it's real
Like
light.
you can't mismatch his voice with anybody
any
else.
other little
that's
kid,
true.
yeah.
So it wasn't like the TV. You said the TV was off,
No,
right?
I'm sitting in
Oh,
silence,
no.
like I'm
Oh,
chilling.
Dippin sent me the video.
Of the ghost.
No one.
Is it the
Stop being a
clip?
bitch. I'll watch it. Come here.
Well, I'd like to get it on stream if she's okay with
See,
that, but I don't know.
Here's the thing.
We'll wait.
Here's the thing. I always say like I've never had experiences, but like I don't want
Exactly.
like I
This
don't,
man,
I don't-
this man Colby always says he's like, I want to have an experience, and then whenever one is put in front of his face, he's like, oh no, now it's real. Yeah, we can once we cut off the podcast part and we're just doing the chat part, we can totally do that. I'm totally down for that.
She's
Yeah.
pleading.
no, we will get to it.
I would love to be like
Yeah,
for them to see it as well, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because then they'd be lost. But that's also up to her if she gives
Oh yeah,
the okay
totally.
for it.
Is
Is it a
we
clip
able
or is
to
it a
do that?
video from her phone?
It's a clip.
it's a clip.
We'd
Like,
have
she
to
just-
get it.
Send it to
Yeah,
me.
how would we do that? I don't know how we would do that.
We'd have to have like open a display thing, and then play it from Dropbox or something like that.
Oh, okay.
I mean, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
if you
But
want.
so
But let's wrap this shit
oh
up.
yeah, we need to draw one more for the
actual story.
for the actual
Okay.
story.
You want to mix them up, or are you picking that one?
I just grabbed
Let's
the
here. Put it back. We're gonna make Kyle pick.
Okay, we're gonna make Kyle.
I'm gonna pick.
Yeah,
All right, what color?
right here.
Oh,
Well,
never mind, I can't see.
Yeah. Okay.
What
Kyle
color
is
what color is that?
colorblind.
Shut,
Yeah,
shut-
I was just at work one day, like taking pictures of a car. Like,
Is it okay
I
if I
was in
rip
the
it?
car?
Yes.
And
Okay, I can
Devin was
rip it.
just like
Or what if we can't
Go
read
big.
it?
Down the.
Down the
there's
wax.
shit
I've
in my
never opened up a
house.
letter
I
before.
need y'all to like come
Go to that.
investigate this shit.
I'm at work.
Yeah, I'm just like right now.
Ooh, dang, I did kind of get that.
Yeah, I don't want to fuck it up.
It's okay. It gives to the appeal of it.
I can read it.
Oh, okay.
Son of a bitch.
It's disembodied footsteps.
Oh shit!
So okay. So
did this
Josh's
just
number
yes,
one
it was.
fear.
It was. Okay, so one of us has to pick a story about disembodied footsteps. If it's up to you
For next?
Nah.
for next episode.
next-
I'm down. I volunteer to do that
Okay.
because I want to make Josh fucking
Okay.
die.
Okay.
I'll tell my story of disembodied footsteps next stream as well.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
I'll have my own,
Yeah.
account,
Okay.
the story. To
So
talk
we'll
about.
Nice.
you're taking that one on, and we'll all three come up with some different stuff for that episode.
Okay.
So
Oh, so we don't have to. Only one person.
only one person, yeah,
Okay.
because I want us to have the freedom to
Yeah.
do it,
All right, bet that.
And then for future stuff, if you pick one and it's like really good, you really like the topic, then just take it. Or
Okay.
or if multiple people want it, whatever.
Yeah,
But-
that's fine.
I personally know Josh fucking hates footsteps, so
Do it, dude.
I'm gonna take on that.
But you got feet.
That,
you do got feet. You can't avoid them. Do you know that?
it's not.
Footsteps. Po.
It's not my feet, or it's not that.
I know we're messing with you. Yeah, it's the
Yeah,
footsteps
it's
approaching or
at
running.
you.
Running at me. I hate it. I hate it so much.
It's okay.
I hate it
I'll
so
find a
much.
good
I hurt my
story.
feet.
All right, guys. So
I'll
we're gonna
find a
wrap this
great
up. The
story
very
for
first
you.
episode is
That
done.
was the first episode.
Wow.
That's fucking crazy.
Thoughts, changes.
Well,
Did you hate
first
it, love
let's
it?
close it, and then we can do the chat.
Oh, okay,
portion.
gotcha.
So please, for the love of God, if you liked the episode, if you had a good time hanging out with us, please, follow us on everything. Instagram, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Please, we're on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and YouTube. If you do follow us, please, like, comment, and subscribe and all those good things, because that definitely helps us. It also helps us, get seen more, so that we can have more friends come in and hang out with us. But yeah.
And
Thank you so
also-
much. Our goal is to, leave somebody with the goosebumps, and I've definitely gotten the goosebumps multiple times.
I think I got it twice this stream. Both from your story, and I think once from Kyle's.
Nice.
Once from mine. I
Fuck
gave
my
it.
story, right?
I gave it.
Yours was creepy,
Your
but it just
story
didn't
is
get me.
creepy.
I gave
Shit.
it theatrical performance with a lot of stuttering.
It's fine. You did great. You did a good job.
Also, shout
You
out
should have
to
got scared.
our fellow podcasters.
Yes. Shout out to our fellow podcasters, the Terraform Podcast. Please go check them out on everything. They're on everything as well. That's Terraform Podcast. If it wasn't for me, sitting and talking with Josh Todd, one of the hosts of Terraform Podcast, this probably wouldn't have happened. It kind of helped me get the idea, and then these awesome people that are my co-hosts, best friends, and bandmates kind of like helped, make it into something that it is now, and I'm super thankful for that. And then also our buddies in Dark Hour Podcast. They are one of the first podcasts to really like link up with us on social media, and
I checked them out, and it's
pretty
high-quality
much
content too. They
I've
do
pretty
good
much
stuff.
binged all of their episodes now,
Yeah,
and
pretty
they're
solid.
really good. So please definitely go check them out and show them some love. Tell them that we sent you. I highly recommend the Japanese lore one. That one was I loved. I'm a huge fan of Japanese culture in general. So that was one that I liked a lot. They just did one on Jeffrey Dahmer. That was very informative.
I did the Annalise Michelle one. No, not Annalise. The Cecil Hotel. My
the
bad.
Cecil Hotel. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
did
no.
that in preparation for this.
Yeah.
Just to do like a test.
Yeah, but yeah, please go check them out. Please, follow us on everything if you enjoyed, hanging out with us, or if you enjoyed listening to this. And yeah, if you have any stories of your own that you would like us to do, I think that
Yeah,
we should do
please
like
send
a
them.
Definitely, I would love
yeah.
to do a chat.
please,
Yeah.
message us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, or you can join my Discord.
Yeah, there really is no wrong way to do it.
Yeah, there's plenty of different ways for us to
And eventually, if
link
we
up.
get too much, I'm sure we'll make an email and you can send them there. But for
Yeah.
the moment, any
Yeah.
social media
Yeah, any
platform.
social media
Instagram,
platform.
Facebook, Twitter.
So
Either you can message the band. We all run
Individually.
those.
Yes, please
So,
go follow our band too.
follow the
We're all
band.
in the band, familiar
So-
with
Listen
failure.
to the music.
Yeah, listen to the music.
to wrap up, are we gonna play the intro, outro one
Yeah.
more time, and then we'll do a chat section?
Yeah. So
Okay, so
we're gonna
stick
play
around.
the outro, and then everybody in chat. We're not ending stream yet. We will talk to you afterwards.
We will play the set.
No.
Hey guys, hey guys, we're podcasters now.
We're podcasters
done
now. What the fuck? All right.
We
Play
need,
the
we need coffee now.
Play
We need
the
coffee.
play
Here
it.
we go.
You didn't switch the.